Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm the Starlian. Nice to meet you. Thanks for showing up for you. I have some downloads. I invite you to do the YouTube thing if you like my style, you enjoy the messages that I have to give, and you enjoy the videos. Go ahead and like this video and any other video that resonates with you. Remember, if it doesn't resonate, it's okay. Just throw it away. It's all good. So, this new moon in Scorpio is a doozy. Yeah. Kind of what I've been getting, and I was talking to a sister about this, a divine feminine friend of mine, is that one of the things that this new moon was kind of pushing us towards, guiding us towards, forcing us to do, is put us in a situation with a karmic feminine and observe what that karmic feminine was doing in order to reclaim our entire shadow, our entire power, and disconnect completely from that karmic feminine power, that false power, the false mother of the false matrix, etc. So one of the things that I came in contact with in one of these encounters is they have to prove themselves to you now. So you're a divine feminine, a true divine feminine, and you're walking the path, the middle pillar, the narrow path with the Most High. You've integrated your higher self, your inner child, your masculine, feminine, you're balancing everything, and you've done the work, right? You're going to find yourself in a situation where, and this could be a man or a woman, it doesn't have, you know how energy works. It could just be the karmic feminine aspect to a man or a karmic feminine woman who's living in that energy. They will try to force upon you a sense of competition. They're going to try to brag about how great their life is, or how great their relationship is with whoever they're with, or how much money they're making, or how good they feel in their body. And it might have something to do directly or indirectly with the part of you've been healing for a long time. For example, divine feminine has had a real issue with how her own image of her body, this is just an example, her own image of how she feels when she sees herself in the mirror naked. The karmic feminine would then say, oh my God, I love myself naked, I look amazing, don't I look amazing, I look amazing. It's like this trying to one-up you, but also at the same time force you into some sort of competitive state, some sort of competition. And the reason why they're doing this now is because with this Scorpio energy, this new moon in Scorpio, is because all of that dark feminine energy that was taken, that was kind of used and abused in our shadows, as we claim that back into the body, we pull all of that back into our body, our minds, spirits, and souls. What ends up happening is that they need it back now because they don't have their power, because they were running on your shadow power. So as you're taking it back and calling it all back in and fully reclaiming the depths of your own aspect of scorpionic energy, so you can get to that eagle energy, they're going to show up in some form trying to tap in to your power, because now you've taken it all back. I hope this is making sense. It's like a soul exchange I just heard. So this is like you taking your soul back and them going, we have to make sure I have to get it back. I have to get my power back. Why do I feel like I have to force myself? They're forcing themselves on the divine feminine. They're forcing their opinions, their information, right? Competition, rivalry, stuff to reset the karmic loop, because now they're all dealing with their own karmic stuff. They're dealing with their own karmic loop, and they can't use your light as the divine feminine to power through it anymore. It's like they're left to their own soul. They have to do the work now, and they have to learn. That's the first thing It was very loud. They have to learn. It's like they're going to start running into walls and not being able to find a pivot point that doesn't run into a wall. But as the divine feminine who's done the work on yourself, whether you are male or female, that is none of your business at this point. You have taken back your power. You have called back in your intellect. I just heard your intellect. So a lot of you may have been mind fucked. We were all, me too, mind fucked by these karmic feminines, especially in groups. Okay, especially these groups, these nice girls. The nice girl spell is a very real thing. Giving you gifts, telling you how pretty you are, how much they love you all the time, and then just siphoning you continually, and planting seeds in your mind about yourself. Right? This is high school for me. You know what I mean? So that's just an example of something you may have been going through. You may continue to go through during this Scorpio new moon cycle. So from now, right, the new moon in Scorpio into the full moon in Scorpio and Taurus season, which we've talked about. I'll do the whole different video on that. So that's the first one. That's the first download. The second one is the Arcturus activations. This has a lot to do with your body, right? Arcturus holds a lot of body codes, ancient body codes, the original human flesh and bones body codes that are connected to the true Gaia, right? So those Arcturus activations are coming through, and they're starting. What I've been noticing, at least within myself, is the skin. Okay, so you might get hardcore dry blotches in your skin, your arms, eczema. I just heard eczema. Rashes on the legs and feet. So these are things that may have been happening for years, but at this point, we're getting these certain lineages are being activated in their own angelic DNA, which I'll talk about in a second when it comes to a specific star. As this is happening, there may be a lot of sweating happening, intermittent kind of hot flashes, if you will, sweating through the orifices. Like I said, again, I'm getting the tongue. So the tongue has a lot to do with Antares, and we'll talk about that in a second. So the muscle tenderness and bone tenderness. So being really fatigued, but also feeling like if someone touches you, you're like, it's nothing's wrong. You're literally pushing light through your muscles, through the Arcturus 1313, the 3131 connection, the 313. So those are all Arcturus codes, and those are coming through the skin, the muscles, the muscle tissue. Okay, so you might have a lot of us have gotten this stuffy nose and kind of cloudy, murky Neptunian kind of glaze that we're kind of purging out of through the face, the sinuses, the throat, that kind of thing. When it comes to these Arcturic activations, you know what to do. Baths. Spiritual baths are really important. Allowing the body to rest. So rest is needed. Really listen to your muscles. Really listen to your bones. There I go, burping. Seeing a lot of like ankles and stuff. So let's say you played sports when you were younger, if you've had some sort of chronic, here goes the side of my head. If you've had chronic injury or chronic pain, intermittent pain, maybe, it rains and your knee locks, things like that because of some old injury, those are being corrected. As you connect through to the cosmic body, the Arcturus energy is supporting that. Okay, so as we get out of that spliced DNA system that just put antimatter in our DNA that was able to be accessed by all sorts of fuck shit. Anyway, as this new energetic light starts to be able to be held in the body, you're connecting to the cosmic body, which means now you're going to feel every single transit that happens. Say Mars moves into a different sign. Venus is now in Libra. I felt that from head to toe. So you might start to feel, for those of you who don't already, you might start to feel a little bit of this, of these expansions happen within your body as the transits happen throughout the Milky Way. So it's true alignment with your body in the universe. I know it's a lot. Anyway, so the next one I have, the last one I kind of have to talk about today, is the angelic divine warrior lineages. This has to do with Antares. Antares is 0 to 9 degrees Sagittarius. If you have that in your chart, you are in Antarian starseed. 0 to 9, I'd say you're probably pushing it at 10, but 0 to 10 degrees Sagittarius. You have that. You have, and now everybody's going to have their, whatever planet is there, whatever transit's happening there in your chart, it varies in degree, in potency of the Antarian code that comes through your body. So, mine is very strong, so I know this very well. The angelic divine warrior lineages. This is, for example, I did an entire video on Al Capone. Al Capone was an angelic warrior. We don't think about that because of the things that he did, and he's a quote-unquote mob boss, right? We don't think about that because in the Matrix, it's bad to kill people and do all of that stuff. It is, right? We don't do that. However, the energetic that masculine could hold, and the way in which it had to be delivered for his own freedom and the freedom of his own people had to be this level of no nonsense, sword of truth, cut off your head kind of thing. It's it's a different way of looking at it. I'm not a fluffy reader. I see everything as is. Plus, minus, dark light, it's all the same to me. It just varies in degree. So I say that to say that some of you may feel like you were pushed out. You were pushed out your entire life, black sheep, your family may even feel like, oh, we're just a bunch of rogue, we're just a bunch of like rogue people who are trying to make it or trying to find stability and comfort, etc. throughout your life in this world. And you just couldn't, it was like you had this connection to your family. This is opposite of what a lot of people talk about when they talk about the karmic family. I'm talking about the aspect of the family that some of us were born into that all held this energy individually. And because of that, were on a mission together, if that makes sense. Raise your hand if it's you. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But the energy of this that's pushing through Antares is the energy of, like, every word that you say is going to open up a different portal. The power that comes from the throat and the words, the voice and the frequency of the voice as it goes out into the universe, it unlocks things, it opens new doors, it disconnects things and connects things that need to be connected. Your voice is so important. And Antares, as we continue clearing through Scorpio season and we end up in Eagle season and we end up going into Sagittarius season, you'll start to feel it more. Okay. You'll start to feel this need to not just express your own truth, etc., but speak truth to power in a way that you've never felt comfortable doing, in a way that you've never been able to even hold your own voice in speaking to power. You may have had to try to, let's say you tried to tell a boss that you didn't, appreciate how you've been treated in the office. But the second you go to say it, it's like, well, it was because it was blocked on purpose because you had this energy already and it was being used against you. Okay. So far, we got this karmic feminine thing that's coming up to try and force war again, try and be competitive, trying to be fake nice, trying to all of that. Then we have this Arcturus activations that are lightning up like a lightning bolt. Our bodies from the cellular walls out, through the muscles, through the bones, through the connective tissue. And then we have this divine warrior lineage, and I mean lineages. So I mean your genetic bloodline has to come through a specific angelic arc. Okay, so this Archangel Uriel is Antarian energy. He holds that corner of the realm. All right, so this is going to be your connection through your star family that is connected to, in some way, shape, or form, to your family here on Earth. Okay, and that's almost it's superpowers, but it's really the angelic frequency of your original codes, your original body, your original seed of light. Okay, and that's gonna, I lit my pink candle today. That's gonna connect you to this delicious soul star energy that has been blocked from a massive part of the collective for a long time, because it is that powerful. It is that powerful, and so much angelic frequency comes through there. So I have some numbers that I channeled for this as well. Okay. So one of the other things, sorry, let me go back to this Antarian genetic kind of flip. This angelic divine warrior lineage upgrade. As this happens, as this starts to occur, this will start during Sagittarius season, and it will continue until Gemini season. The darkest energies in your own world, okay, so your own bubble, okay, your world, the darkest energies that have ever been connected to it, or that are still connected to it, in your family system, all of the darkness that has been taken from you since day one will be drawn to you for your own shadow reclamation. They will be drawn back to you so you can shut it down with your throat and close that door, close that portal. You have to start speaking truth to what has hurt you, speaking truth to power in the way, the false power, in the way that was always so uncomfortable, because you have a divine heart. You have an open connection to your own Stargate. That is very, very, very hard to deal with if you have any kind of fear in hurting someone, because you don't want to, because you hold true love. But at the same time, truth is the sharpest knife, right? It's the sharpest sword. So some of you, maybe, and myself included, may be challenged in doing this and activating our power in this way, if that makes sense. That means you're going to have to deal with conflict, okay? Some numbers that I found, there's a few, so some of these might resonate with some of you. 177-919, which I've been getting for a long time, 414-313, Arcturus, 532-523, 1044, 144, 17, 19, 21, 23, and 32. Okay, so a big one right now, I would say, is pay attention to those sequences and those codes. Anything that has to do with Arcturus will have a bunch of ones. Anything that has to do with Arcturus will have the 31313131. And this is the last thing. Setting that, as you kind of connect these Antarian and Arcturus energetics in the body, you're going to start writing your timeline. That means they're 414 and then 444. Those are Taurian codes. So you're going to start to pass through the Pleiades, where Uranus has been stationed for quite some time, right around that area in Taurus, the Pleiades. That's going to connect you. You're passing through that energy is connecting you to not only the cosmic body, but the new earth, your own divine timeline, and being able to write it with that truth, with the word, your word. What you say goes. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down here. Okay. All right, so let's get into some cards. I just want to pull a little bit in regards to this and see what comes up. Thank you all for being here, as per usual. Let's get into it. In the name of the Most High, please keep me in the movement for the highest good for this collective and this now. Please keep a protective shield and bubble around us, each and every one of us, as we connect, as we ascend, and as we transmute through these energies. Please allow our karmic justice to be had in all the ways the divine has set forth in this now. Praises to the Most High. I'm still all stuffy. All right. I'm hearing certain Andromedan codes have been overwritten. So this has to do with technology too. I don't like to talk a lot about AI or anything, but technology and Andromeda, and how Andromeda has been. Yeah, that's for another video. But I'm seeing a lot of Andromedan DNA being activated and cleared and then reactivated, because a lot of what was going on in some of these Star Wars were hacking the human genome through the future. Okay, not from the past and from what they did in Atlantis. No, from the future. Because mankind was on humans. I should say mankind, because it wasn't true humans. Mankind was on a route to this kind of, I'm still shuffling, okay, to this timeline that was able to be hacked by certain entities from certain star races. This is the shit I've been fighting for the past couple of years, and we're good. All right, here we go. Let's pull a card. Let's see what's going on. 2132, as I was saying that. Here we are. What do we have for the collective in this now? Our highest good with this scorpionic energy, this eagle energy, moving through into Saggy season. Son of God. I think this is the Queen. Yeah, the King has that. Okay, so this is the Queen of Swords. First card out, Queen of Swords. Look, her mask is off. She's got the Sword of Truth. What did I say? This reminds me totally of what I was talking about with the, it's like the divine warrior and the light angelic army. Okay, this is beautiful. This is the, sorry, somebody asked, this is a triple goddess tarot. I love this deck. It's really, it's all females. So there's no, so you have to like, just, you have to know like what's a king and a queen. Anyway, your mask is off. Your mask is off, and now you have the sword to be able to, it's almost like she's showing off. I think in the last video I said you have to show off. You have to prove yourself in your own light, on stage, spotlight on you, and be fucking comfortable in it. You're either a leader or you're not. Okay? And this doesn't have to be that you need to be, online or dancing or doing some sort of performance. This means that even in your own life, as a mother or as a teacher or whatever it is that you do, that you own this part of yourself. That you fully allow yourself out of any masked feelings about it, right? It's really going to help you. That Sagittarius energy is brave and bold and, brutally honest, honoring that and really channeling that, pulling that into you and using your throat, the beautiful pearl of your voice, the pearl of your voice to cut through that in which wants you small. Because that ain't you. Okay? What else we have? Thank you. Flipped around. Saying keep it in reverse. So this is the devil. Okay? Number 15. I'm hearing Capricorn, Saturn. So this has to do with the Saturnian spells on our images. How we think about ourselves and see ourselves. This is in reverse on purpose. What I'm getting is this is you cutting out that part. This is the Karmic Feminine. This is that Karmic Feminine coming through to be like, hey, my life is really great. Hey, did you want to go to lunch? Because I miss you. Also, this and this happened and I make all this money now. And whatever the fuck this is and has been for you in your life, this could be mother. I heard that too. This could be mother, the karmic mother, kind of trying to keep you from taking all your power back, okay? You have the power now to cut this out, to say no, to cut cords and ties, and to use your voice to say the thing that you've always wanted to say, or the thing that you were always really afraid to say. Really afraid to say. Some of you are really afraid to say something to your mom. You're afraid to say something to someone who you respect, or someone that has taught you, has taught you how to be nice and cordial. Somebody who, like a mother, someone who has taught you how to be nice and cordial to your own deficit. Okay? Speaking truth to power is the now. 10 of Cups. See? Because you deserve your peace and happiness, and you deserve to have all of your cups full about yourself, with your family and with those in which you choose to start growing with. Okay? I'm seeing this potato on the table for some reason. Potatoes and grounding vegetables are really going to be important right now. Very, especially as these angelic codes come in and as these new body template codes come in. Really, potatoes, I just made a whole bunch of sweet potatoes and beets last night, and I ate the shit out of them. And I felt so much better because I was starting to float, you know? And you can, floating is part of it, but the other part is being rooted in your world. Okay? First, we got to detach, and we start to float out of our world energetically. We start to float above it, right? But then we got the new timeline. With the Earth star coming through, and they tried to keep us from rooting into it. This is the thing that lasts till 4,000 or 5,000, year 5005 type shit. Okay, so this is for your family lineage. Root into that, all right, because you deserve your happiness, and you deserve I'm hearing hearth, your safety hearth, your home to be warm and stable. Okay, this requires you to speak truth to power. They're telling me to take this on the bottom. And there's the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords has been coming out a lot lately. Or is this the Knight of Swords? Gosh, I forget this deck. I haven't used it in a really long time. Hold on. Interesting. This is either the Page or the Knight. I think it's the Page, though. I think the Knight has a different thing. Yeah, so this is the Page of Swords. I'm getting a lot of, this is having to kind of learn yourself. So as you kind of take all this power back, you're going to have your personality is going to shift a little bit every day. You're going to feel a little bit different about yourself every day. Your body's going to do weird stuff every day. You're going to feel a little bit dry or achy and a little, tender to the touch. You have to relearn your body. Lots of journaling. If you're having a lot of emotional turmoil in some regard, if you're being triggered with these energies, it's going to get heavier as we go into Capricorn season. So really channel all of that anxiety, channel all of that fear, anything that is unstable within you into your pen, okay? It's so much more powerful to write things from pen to paper for your psyche, for your mental body, than it is for you to type it or to put it, with your thumbs on your phone. This candle's talking to me too. I'm also getting that this is how your inner child is going to write this story for you. Your inner child is going to write your timeline with you. You have to let it. Okay, you have to let it. And this has to do with following your goals and your dreams, making yourself seen for what you are good at and for what you have. What you have to bring to this world is what you are meant to bring to this world. It's supported by the divine, and the divine is asking you to write it into your story now. Okay? And whatever image you have about that is what's going to create your timeline and everything that comes around it. Okay, but it all starts with you, and it all starts with what you are building for you in your life. And right here we got the Three of Pentacles. So you have a team. Okay, you have a team, you have helpers. I'm looking at this person reading the instructions. Some of you are going to end up being the one that delegates with whatever creative or business venture that you may be working towards, or you may be putting one foot in front of the other. Okay. As you delegate and use this Antarian energy from your angelic, how do I say this? Your angelic voice is going to be needed to delegate in what you are building. Your team, whoever around you is helping you, your family. Your angelic voice is going to delegate it. Meaning, open your throat and let the words come out. You will be surprised after reclaiming and pulling in all of your shadow. You will be surprised how it sounds. You will be surprised what kind of effect it has on people. This is also, I'm hearing this weeding, keeping the grass clean, keeping the grass cut, and keeping the grass clean. This has to do with snakes in the grass too. Some of you may be connected to some of these people, okay, that were in disguise this whole time, right? They had their masks on and you had a mask towards it because they were good people. But at the end of the day, we're all, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them, always with compassion and understanding, and overstanding of the human condition, but always believe them when they show you who they really are. Somebody needed to hear that, okay? Your angelic voice is going to delegate how people are going to work with you, when they're going to do what they need to do for you and with you, and how you can support them in doing so, and what you're going to receive and deliver with them for this world. I hope that makes sense. But this energy right here has a lot to do with the karmic energies on the planet letting go, and the angelic energies that are coming into the planet for the first time in however long are pushing through your body and delegating how your world is going to end up helping you, and how that influences the collective, how that guides the collective and pushes it into this new energy with love, with open palms, with healing hands. Okay, so this is all connected to you. It all starts and ends with you, right? Let me get one more here. I want to ask about this devil in reverse. Tell me about this energy, please. Thank you. King of Pentacles. The KOP. So this money. I feel somebody trying to hoard. Don't hoard, please don't hoard. Remember, everything is free flowing, especially money right now, because this had all their land. I'm seeing the Swiss Alps too. That's funny. They had that's where all these billionaires go. I just watched Billions for like the third time, and every time I decode something else. This is really, really, because this has fallen down, and it has fallen all the way down. You, whoever you are, wherever you are, need to channel your KOP energy, your King of Pentacles energy, because that is a little bit stubborn in just the right way. That is a little bit commanding in a way that makes others uncomfortable, but that's their problem. The King of Pentacles energy it's almost like that energy is the seed in which your family tree grows from now, on this divine timeline, in this new soil, with the new energetic of the ley line. The King of Pentacles energy is what forces that sprout to come out from that seed and poke through the soil. Okay, I'm seeing like someone really just shoot all the way up. Like your energy is shooting all the way up through your body, but also your future, your abundance the connection to everything that had always been just outside your reach is now, you're now shooting up and it's attaching itself to you. It's going, hey, you want more? And you're like, okay, and then you transmute it. If it's negative, you turn it to a positive. If it's positive, you balance it out with the feminine, you push it out into the collective. Okay, so this is how this energy is really, this is what it takes, okay, to overcome this energy, which has been locked everything down. Your King of Pentacles energy couldn't go above a certain level because it was always locked down by this, right? That karmic energy, that fucking entity, all right? But this King of Pentacles energy is also going to be very, very good at utilizing its voice to delegate processes, to delegate, with co-creating with the divine, expressing what needs to happen for the success of your venture, okay? Your art, your exploration into certain sciences or studies, psychological studies. A lot of us who are on the path of mastery are writing books, right? We're writing books. We're teaching. We're having all of these different activations happening in us that are of leadership. And that King of Pentacles energy is of leadership. It is of leadership in your own specific area of expertise, and then your family tree that is now rerouted and starting to sprout. All right. The divine counterparts alignment has to do with this too, and has been completing and will continue to complete over the next 6 months. Because this was still there. Okay, this was still there, and that the masculine couldn't root in until their Y gene was put back together, A. They couldn't root in until they had some sort of awakening in the consciousness and their mask fell off, B. C would be that their own acknowledgement of self through the soul and not the ego was blocked because of this. Because they weren't allowed to feel, and because men aren't supposed to cry, etc., etc. And those of us who were raised like masculines, those of us feminines who were raised like masculines, we weren't allowed to cry. We weren't allowed to admit defeat. That warrior stuff. That's what I'm saying. Okay? I'm going to pull some Lenormand just for fun and see what happens. As I was talking about the divine counterparts, okay? That's the Ace of Wands right there with the ring. The number 25, that breaks down to a 7. I just heard 7-11, and one of the numbers 7, oh, thank heaven. Listen to my words. Oh, thank heaven for 7-11. You might be seeing 7-11 a lot. You might actually, you might be having, you might actually be getting activated at 7-Elevens. Like, I'm actually seeing somebody going to a 7-Eleven, getting, a Sprite and, like gum, whatever it is, nuts, whatever you're getting, a bottle of water. And you're getting activated inside the 7-Eleven. 7-Elevens are on our team. There are certain aspects of the matrix that are on the divine timeline, that are connected to and coded in with the ancient human race. This is about commitment too. Okay, so the King of Pentacles is all about commitment. He's the king of commitment too. So in regards to this marriage energy and this commitment energy, really allow yourself to speak it first. I want this marriage. I want this connection and commitment with another. I want this marriage to my business. I want this marriage to my timeline. A lot of people are kind of like, I don't even care about this divine counterpart stuff anymore. I just want my family to be good. Like, I just want my connection through divine source to be able to create a community and a family where that lasts, that actually doesn't have anything taken or stolen from it ever again. Okay? You could be on both. You could want it all, and not have given up on anything. I'm just giving this message because it feels like some of you have a hard time right now with committing to something because nothing seems to be happening, because money seems to be trickling, because you don't feel like you're in alignment with, you feel like you're in alignment with the Most High. You're in alignment with your higher self, your guides, your angels, etc. However, you may feel disconnected from your dreams occurring in reality, in real time, disconnected from your abundance, and from your own money frequency. If you can really understand your own money frequency, you'll understand that you'll see it in all sorts of different ways. You won't just see it in money. You won't see your abundance just in what's in your bank account. You'll see your abundance because half the time that energy is going to come in a lot of different ways before it comes in through money. Your abundance frequency is going to come through in all sorts of different aspects and sectors of life before it hits your bank account. Somebody needed to hear that too. Okay, so stay committed. Stay committed to your greatness, stay committed to your bigness, and stay committed to your own voice. Speaking it truthfully, loud, being unapologetic for your truth. That's the point, right? Thank you. There's that number 23, and there's a 7 with the mice. So this is about people talking. I'm getting a lot of this too. Okay, this is about people talking. The number 23 is connected to a certain ex-basketball player that we all know about. I won't get into that today, but it's also an actual ancient human code, which is why it fucking pisses me off that was his number and what he did with it. I'm hearing the crumbs in the corners. Some of you guys may be trying to cut corners with your ascension. You can't do that. It doesn't work. And I say that's because I think you're listening to somebody who has a fluffy delivery. So there are certain aspects to the spiritual community, which is why, I only come and deliver messages when I'm told to. I only come and deliver messages, and I put everything into it that I can. I don't expect anybody to follow me. I don't expect anybody to like it. I don't expect anything, Certain people are up there doing this, and we know through the past few years how much money has been made off of this whole twin flames thing, that a lot of them aren't even ascending anymore, and they're trying to still teach about ascension. And part of what I'm getting here is that some of you may have a block in the mind because of some of these false light people. Okay, I'm saying what I'm saying. Some of you may have a block in the mind because somebody made you feel good. Somebody made you feel good and still makes you feel good. Makes you feel, like it's okay to feel how you feel and all of that stuff, and that's great, and I love that. But if it's not challenging you right now, there's crumbs in the corners. You don't have a clean slate. Okay? There's crumbs in the corners. And these mice and these vermin are coming to pick up these crumbs. So, like I said, if you have that dark energy in your world, it's going to start to attract itself back to you. If you got crumbs in the corners, your shadows still hidden in certain areas, in certain relationships. Your power is still my head's going wah, wah, wah right now. Your connection to source is the most important thing, and source is both dark and light, and there's the owl. Another 7. Look at this. Are you kidding me? That's 7. 77. It's the 7 of Pentacles. The number 12, this is the owls, the birds, the watchers. Some of you may be actually connected to a community that is literally there to monitor you. You may actually be involved in a club or some sort of activity with a bunch of people that are actually all hired. It's like they're all there to monitor you and your power. because that's the length that the system went to keep us small and to keep our power from us. As we were sent people into our lives on assignment, right? Our assignment is to collect our soul. Their assignment is to keep us where we are controllable, where our minds can be manipulated, where our money can be drained, our finances can be drained, where our ideas of friendship and camaraderie don't exist because we've been hurt so much. On and on we go, right? This came out in the last reading. Watch them watch you. Pay attention. Keep the eyes open. There is such a thing as the great slumber. We have the great awakening, then there's a great sleeping. Okay, where a lot of people are going back to sleep because they didn't get to the point where they could fight through these spells and break these codes anymore. And that's okay. You know, everybody has time to learn, you know. But if you're hearing this message right now and you're feeling this in your blood, you know, if you're feeling this at all in your body, then you know that there is something around you that is monitoring you. Then you know that there is something around you that is keeping you from a commitment to yourself and your greatness. You know that there is something around you that is trying to keep you small, feel powerless, feel alone. Loneliness is a siphoning process as well. So if you are sitting there going, still, if you're struggling with feelings of loneliness and aloneness, you know, there's all sorts of numbers that you can call if you're feeling depressed and you're really feeling out of yourself. Okay, if you're really feeling like, why me? And you're going through any kind of self-punishment, please reach out for help in any way that's possible. There's a lot of resources out there. I'm talking to someone that is not allowing themselves to speak truth to the power that hurt them, that is not allowing themselves to commit to a new timeline where they are seen as great and they are put on a pedestal of sorts. Some of you are so divine that you don't want the attention. The divine is saying this can't have all the attention anymore. I'm getting spicy now because somebody needs to hear this. We're at 47 minutes. Okay, so my shadow's starting to get all like, why aren't you listening? Here we go. Believe in the impossible. We switched to the moon card. Sorry about it. The blue moon. Believe in the impossible. Commit to it. Take your 2-5 energy, your 7, take your angle and commit to it. Take your angle, your piece of the world, and commit to it. And ground in what that looks like for you. Speak about what that feels like for you. Hold the image of what you look like doing it. I'm seeing someone receive an award. Some sort of award for something. Receive it. Just hands up. Receive it. Receive your own greatness reflected back to you. I'm going to say that again 3 times. Okay. Receive your own greatness reflected back to you. Receive your own greatness reflected back to you. Okay? You are so powerful and needed, and your power is meant to light up this world. And our ancestors have been begging us to do this because they didn't have the guts to, or they couldn't. They were persecuted for trying. If you are of the lineage, the true divine lineage of some of these ancient family lines, you have to. That's the whole reason why you're alive right now, all right? And you're supported in doing so. Thank you. There we go. What do I say? New moon in Taurus. Taurus season. We're planning for Taurus season. Prosperity lies ahead. You're going to hear me say this a bunch of times. We are planning for Taurus season right now. What's today? November 16th. Today's November 16th, 2023. I command that we all align to our new life in Taurus season of 2024. That is how I'm speaking it into reality. Prosperity lies ahead for all of us. And look at this. Your commitment is being tested. I don't just say things for fun, guys. Your commitment is being tested. You have to commit and recommit and commit some more and dig your heels in to your new timeline, because this shit can't have it anymore. It doesn't get to. You suffered for too long. Your family has suffered for too many lifetimes. You've suffered for too many lifetimes. We're done with this. It's over. Your commitment's being tested. Pass the test. And surrender to the divine. Deep breath in. Surrender to the divine. Because a fiery climax approaches. New moon or full moon in Aries. You are aligning to your leadership in the fullness of who you are divinely, in the fullness of your power angelically, with the fullness of your own ancient human origin, the fullness of your light, the fullness of your dark, and the balance of both. That truth bridges in an entirely different world for every being on this planet. I love you guys. I hope these messages find you well. Let me know if you need anything in the comments. I'd love to know how you think or feel about these messages. If you'd like to check me out on what I'm doing and my part for this ascension process, check out purplepeaches.tv. And I will see y'all on the flip side.